Hello, we're back, but this time it's the middle of the day that we're baking. So, I'm making chocolate chip cookies because I ran out of brownies and my mom doesn't want me to keep eating her popsicles. Also, I want to talk about some conspiracy theories I have for this. I have maybe a little more than an hour to make them because I think I have a meeting at 3:30, except I haven't been told about a meeting at 3:30, so I hope I have a meeting at 3:30. Also, it's been raining today, but it's blue outside. Let me show you. It was boring, but now it's all nice out. Fuck Colorado weather. So today has been fun and very weird. So we had construction crews put concrete on our back porch. And they also stamped, butter's ready. They also stamped it so it looks like wood. What else? Oh, so we had plumbing because my sink got clogged and then my mom tried to take it apart. Now the pipes are leaking because she's not a plumber. I woke up this morning at 8:30, which was stupid because the concrete truck was right outside my window and I just couldn't go back to sleep. So I watched Dirty Dancing. Great movie, but honestly, it's so confusing because a main plot thread, where's the brown sugar, is the abortion storyline, but they're never allowed to say abortion. So a lot of times I just have no idea what they're saying. I'm gonna get a bowl. I got 2 bowls. So yeah, today's been fun. I have a meeting for work. I did a lot of stuff I have to do for work, so I'm feeling pretty damn good. Also, I'm starting to write again, which is awesome. This is a complete turnaround than my last video. I feel like daylight just does something. Also, maybe waking up at a reasonable time. Not now, I'd be waking up at 2 probably right now. I want to talk conspiracy theories. First off, TikTok. So, it's been interesting. So I woke up, I think, Thursday morning to a bunch of frantic texts from friends who were TikTok shutting down. That they are just shutting down immediately after 2 days before the government saying that they're thinking about shutting it down. But anyway, I think why the government said they want to shut down is it's mostly because of Trump. I think the reason they are shutting it down, they say because it's data mining, which is ridiculous because, as we know, Facebook is the biggest culprit of knowing every personal information, every little bit of information about you. And it's also usually information that you give it. You tell them where you work, where you live, where you go to school. You give them so much information that they can figure out literally everything about you. Helpful tip, so if your brown sugar is really hard, you just put a hot paper towel in this and then you microwave it, and then the moisture from it goes and kind of rejuvenates it. Anyway, so I'll keep talking, you might not be able to see me. Give Facebook all this information, so it's ridiculous to think TikTok is worse than Facebook could possibly be. It's just not true because obviously Facebook's worse. Because Facebook is more easily hacked. We've seen it. It obviously has gotten hacked. Also, another thing I want to say is that a lot of people think TikTok's algorithm is the same thing as data mining, which it's not. Because the algorithm is, TikTok shows me 10 videos, I like 3 of them, and from that they can say oh, maybe she lives in Colorado, she likes Colorado content. She has she likes cats and dance videos. Then they'll show me content related to that while also showing me other videos, gauging how I react to them and if I like them. So the government's that means they're stealing all your data. That means they're figuring out where you live and everything. Not really, because I also have a friend who is from Colorado, lives in California, but gets content from both. So how are they going to know where he lives unless he tells them specifically? They can't. It's hot. Oh, it's really hot. Wow, it's steaming. Oh shit. See that? That's crazy. Whoa. Also, another thing I saw is that the CEOs of TikTok China, where they think is buying all of our data from, and the CEO of TikTok US, they're completely different, and the companies have very little overlap. So it's kind of unreasonable to say that the Chinese TikTok is stealing from the US TikTok when the US TikTok isn't really giving any information to them. Egg time, baby. It's 3 eggs, which sounds like a lot. I make cookies a lot. I always forget the proportions of stuff, except I always know it's 1 cup of butter, so that's 2 sticks of butter. So yeah, I think the real reason TikTok is being shut down by the government, or they're thinking about it, I doubt they're ever going to be able to go through with it. Because it's a private business, and it's very hypocritical of them to keep Facebook around, but get rid of TikTok because it's a younger generation. Now, so the president knows, obviously, that the TikTok users have been pranking him. and have been using the platform to get together and kind of make a difference in a way never seen before, you know, and by reserving free tickets and then never actually showing up to the event. That was so funny. But also, you know, different things are coming up, like Save Barron Trump, that's his son. And it's just a lot of different ways that users are kind of bullying the president, which is good. He deserves it, no matter what. Hi, FBI agent. Yeah, so I think the real reason he's banning it is because obviously he doesn't want all this terrible press about Gen Z and millennials who are about to be the biggest voting population for this election. And they're so against him that I think that will kind of push a lot of people into the Democratic wing. So he thinks if he can shut it down before the elections, for the most part, people will forget and vote for him, which I'm hoping doesn't happen. Just settle for Biden. Just, we'll reset with him, okay? Also, another thing is I think that they're expecting the TikTok generation to be so mad that Trump's taking away TikTok. And, oh, I have a notification from TikTok. They're telling me to shut up. The government's believing that we're going to be so upset and so like, TikTok, I love TikTok. And we're going to be so mad that it's being taken away that we'll like riot and we'll forget about all the horrible injustices that are actually happening around us. Like, you know, we're going to keep fighting Black Lives Matter. And he thinks that we'll replace that with TikTok. Now, it's important if TikTok goes down for everyone to just let it, to not fight back, to not be angry or enraged, to just let it happen, because it's just what, hi Betty, it's just what they want to show that we are not mature enough. Vote, and you know, then that might actually, I'm curious to see if that will then transition into a like older voting age, which would be weird because that's obviously, as you get older, the more conservative you are expected to be. But also, a lot of people have been asking for the voting age to be lowered to 16, since, you know, it's their future for the most part. Which I agree with. I really think it should be lowered. What do you want? Where'd you go? What's happening? Ah, this camera looks nice. Also, like, outside lighting, like, using, like, the sun as a light source. Fantastic! I don't know why I get so weird if I have, like, a full day, you know, like if I wake up at a reasonable hour and like do stuff. Like, it's so weird that I've watched a movie already. It is 2 o'clock. I would be getting up. I'd be like maybe dressed at this point. Okay, while I put some stuff away, I do want to talk about Naya Rivera. I'll be done with conspiracy theories for a second. This one hit hard because her character on Glee, like, although Glee is not a perfect show, her character was amazing, and her as an actress, she's just fantastic. And a lot of like why I'm able to accept myself is because of her, because Glee was one of the first teen shows I ever watched, so it was like really important to me to see such amazing representation. All right, God, I'm like moving through this quick. I need some salt and baking soda and then flour, and then I'm like pretty much done with prep. Baking's fun. I'm hoping I can maybe borrow some friends' ovens. Well, depending on where me and my friend end up, but I'm not sure we'll have an oven. Yeah, I really want to bake some more because we won't get calf cookies this year, so it might be fun to bake my own cookies. Soda. Where's the cocaine? Where's the cocaine? So, she has this bag, right? Totally not suspicious or anything. And I labeled it as baking soda, I promise, definitely not cocaine, and then that rubbed off, so now it's labeled cocaine. Let's do a little bit with the personal news. So, it's been an odd week, because just things have happened, but also, like, life feels like it's getting a lot better, so that's good. It's just, things have been in a weird loop. But what was nice is that the other day I went to my best friend's house, whose boyfriend just, like, broke up with her out of the blue. Sounds like a little bitch. I'm mad. But it was nice going over and, like, talking things out with her, and, like, I feel like our conversation really helped her. And I'm realizing, like, I really miss that. I haven't had, like, an opportunity to, like, sit down one-on-one with a person and, like, help them through something. I really love that, and I love doing that, so I'm excited to, like, get back into that, to, like, be able to be that person for someone, to, like, so they can talk to and work things out, and maybe I can help them, maybe I can't, but at least I'm there to listen, you know? Let's see, what else is happening? Oh, my mom set up a really fun don't ask, don't tell policy in our home. That's been fun to deal with and worry about. I need to go back to college in California. I don't know, nothing is like really bad right now. What's nice? Okay, so I'm watching kid shows, which is like really fun. So I watched Avatar, which is like so good. I remember when I was a kid, I like tried to watch a couple episodes. Obviously it's more like linear shows, so you have to watch from the game to understand everything. And I didn't, so I think I just gave up because I was like, I'm never gonna get this. And also, oh yeah, I watched Babysitters Club because Molly suggested it, and I thought it was so good. I thought it was like, Netflix is doing a great job bringing all my childhood favorites to life, because they're a series of unfortunate events series is obviously a huge favorite of mine. And I need to make sure. And Babysitter's Club was amazing. They did such a perfect job bringing it to life. I do wish Dawn looked as she was described in the books, because they did a great job like mixing in ethnicity and like really creating a diverse cast, but it's like Dawn is so specific. And I remember a whole plot line where her and Stacy got confused from one another, and like they can't do that now, you know? So we'll see how that works out. I hope they get renewed because it's such a good show. But yeah, I don't know why. I think watching some kid shows that were like really genuinely well written has put me into a better mindset where I'm writing a lot more, I'm being like a lot more creative. I like have a whole idea for a short film I want to make, which if I get my new tripod, I can. Till then I have to wait and just sit on it. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been like, I feel like rejuvenated. Like my brain is like, the motors are like running again, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna mix now and then I'll check back with you later. These actually look, this is maybe my best dough I've ever made. Time for another conspiracy theory. So, hey, what's up you guys? Yes, I'm making a conspiracy theory about Shane Dawson using his format. So, this has been interesting to watch, this whole beauty community drama, because everyone was like, oh my god, this is crazy, you know, this is the update, right? Shane went on live and reacted to Tati's video, and it's like insanity. Wow, I know, it's crazy. What do you want? And everyone was like, we're gonna be getting updates like immediately, like as I'm posting this, like something's gonna change. And like nothing happened. Now, my theory, Jeffree Star is behind everything. Tati said this, she hinted at it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think she actually has legal counsel as she says she does, because why the fuck would you hire a lawyer as a 40-year-old woman who has been attacking a 19-year-old child for the past year? Like, why would you hire a legal counsel for that? Makes no sense. So I think maybe she like has like a family friend or something who's a lawyer. However, I do think everyone's kind of guilty in this situation. Except like maybe James, which would be like the most ironic thing in history. So, essentially, I think what happened is that Jeffree Star wanted to get James Charles, you know, out of his way. He's, you know, a very popular YouTuber and kind of cornering the demographic on young viewership, in which Jeffree doesn't have, because Jeffree's more adult content. So he devised a plan to get James canceled. It's cancelable enough, but it's not going to get him in any actual legal trouble. So Jeffree Star did what he did. He wanted Tati to expose Jeffree for like trying to convince straight boys that they're gay and like manipulating them. Something that's like completely not illegal or anything. Completely not illegal or anything, but it is creepy, and it's like definitely like a majority of an audience will stop watching you. Something Jeffree has clearly done. We know that's this about him. I think he's even said like his boyfriend of a long time, who they broke up, who he calls the love of his life, he says he's straight. They told Tati, and they're like, look, he's not going to get in any legal trouble. He might lose a bunch of followers, but oh well, he deserves to be out. Tati goes along with this, even though she's a 40-year-old woman and should just talk to someone in person like a human instead of a YouTuber. Like, come on. Anyway, so she makes that whole video. Things blow up, as you saw. And the whole point was for Shane Dawson to make a documentary on it. However, that never got made because by the time they were done like editing everything, I think for the most part the world is kind of settled back down, and also everyone forgave James. So it'd be kind of like digging up and like all this stuff that had been buried for like a few months, and that's a lot of internet time. So it just didn't make, I think, logical sense for them to get involved in the drama and potentially risk their career. I mean Shane Dawson and crew. Now, what happened was Tati and James got together and they realized everything that was happening. So I think what happened was Tati made her video that we've seen. Shane Dawson reacted to it. However, little do they both know, Jeffree Star he knows everything that's happening. He is so aware of it. Because I'm assuming his whole devious plan was he was going to have Shane apologize for racist behaviors in the past to go along with the Black Lives Matter movement. And then everyone would be like, oh, Shane, like, good for you for, like, apologizing, you know. Yeah, Jenna Marbles did that, and she was awesome. So, Shane, yeah, we totally forgive you, man. So, that was gonna happen, and then Tati was gonna release her video, exposing her side of it. Shane, I think maybe it would be, like, on Rylan, his fiance's channel, would then, like, explain everything that had been happening, and like, oh, I'm not the liar. And then, you know, they're fighting and fighting and fighting. They're like taking over all the news channels. And then Jeffree can be like the mastermind behind everything and pull strings and make sure everything kind of goes in his way. So I know it's confusing as to why Tati would make a video exposing Jeffree and why Jeffree would be behind that. But it makes sense because, as we saw, the best thing that can actually happen to you is to get your career blown out of proportion. Like, James Charles lost so many followers and gained them all back plus more. Like, actual insanity how he did that. So I think Jeffree wanted the same thing. Wanted a bunch of people to be like, oh, he's terrible, I hate him. But then it's like, not sis, I got the actual tea. And then everyone's like, oh my god, Jeffree, I trust you so much now. Everything you say, I will follow you blindly. Nothing can ever come for you again. Because it's what happened with James Charles. However, they didn't forgive Shane. This like one very crucial block, like it was supposed to be the catalyst for everything. It was supposed to be like, okay, Shane, put this past behind you. I get you're like upset. Okay, Shane, put this past behind you, and then we'll all move forward together. But no one forgave him because he didn't really apologize. He just kind of said, I did those things. I don't do them now. I'm still going to keep up. This is what I don't appreciate about it. His entire career now is based on his following from those racist videos. So when he was making black-based videos, he built up a large following. He has since, you know, changed his content, but he is still riding the back of that channel. His whole like spiel now is that he's the Ellen of YouTube and that he has so much money and so many followers, and he's going to use his platform to shout out creators all white and say like, oh my god, you guys should go subscribe to them, they're amazing, look at, they've like redeemed themselves. As I was saying, so I feel like if he had deleted his whole channel, you know, and said, I'm gonna take a break for like 2 months, right, I'm not gonna be on any social media for 2 months, delete all of his old stuff where he has built a following, and then try and come back with the content that he is currently making, I feel like that would be more forgivable. It's the fact that he like doesn't, that he did blackface and he built an audience based on this, in a sense kept that audience for the most part. Like, he hasn't really shifted enough for his audience to really lose him. I think it's smart just not to forgive Shane. This isn't his moment right now. I think it's still smart to keep the time and all the news sources about Black Lives Matter, about Breonna Taylor, about George Floyd, about the people who actually need something done. The makeup industry can wait. I think what really happened was that they had plans to do this a while ago, and it was maybe smart to do it during quarantine because people are bored, people are going to like to listen to drama. And the thing is that we were so pumped to hear about this because it doesn't matter, you know? We have been living with Corona and Black Lives Matter. So we are literally facing a global pandemic where people are dying. We are also now being woken up to the fact a lot of our fellow Americans are being murdered in the street. And we haven't done enough to do, we haven't done anything about it, you know? So the news cycles for the past 5 months have been about really real stuff. People are dying, people are actually, their every day is being affected by police and by the virus. It's so serious and so real. People are losing houses, jobs, family members. It's devastating. So that's why we want drama in our lives. We want to hear about these multimillionaires with these huge houses losing 1 million subscribers, because it doesn't matter. It so doesn't matter how many subscribers they lose, because at the end of the day, they're fucking fine. They have large houses. They have so much money that it doesn't really matter if they lose it all to this, because we know there's no consequences to hitting an unsubscribe button. I understand it. I understand why people are feeding into this, because they're scared, because they just want to obsess over something that just doesn't matter. I get it. I totally understand it. I think that instead you should demand justice for Breonna Taylor, and we should get those cops arrested, because it's ridiculous. End of spiel. Okay, so here are my first ones. These boys are thick, but they are pretty damn perfect. So wrapping things up, pretty done. I made quite a lot, which is good. I didn't do a fucking taste test. What's wrong with me? So I'm gonna do this really wacky looking one. Wow. Wow. It's so fluffy. Very good. Wow, that is perfect. Very crunchy outside and then super just fluff inside. Amazing. So good. Okay. Bye.